Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Corin, also known as the Kitten Choreographer, and I am a teen with a passion for animal rescue and, in particular, kitten rescue. So I'm filming this today. It is supposed to go live, which is not good, but I just filmed something last night and I decided to scrap it for no apparent reason. So here we are, filming this today, the day it's supposed to go up. Today we are doing another makeup video. I've decided I like makeup videos just as much as cat videos, and I don't want to have to only do cat videos, so from now on my channel will be a nice healthy blend of makeup and cat stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna try and post makeup videos on Wednesdays and cat videos on Sundays just because that's what I'm gonna do. And if it doesn't do well, then I'll switch to something else. But my channel can be a nice healthy river, it can be a creek, it can be a flowing, changing thing. It doesn't have to be a rock. Today we're going to be talking about my top favorite eyeshadow palettes that I found in 2020. I didn't find them. They were not a penny on the sidewalk. I did buy these or have them gifted to me by a friend or family member. I don't get PR, I'm too tiny. But yeah, today we are talking about eyeshadow palettes, and I have decided to rank them. I am so bad at ranking things because if I love something, I don't want to make it anything but number one. But here we are today. I have ranked my top 10 favorite eyeshadow palettes. Let's get into it. That was a really short intro. I'm really proud of myself for that. All of these palettes are my favorites. That's why they're in the favorites. Some of them are higher up in the favorites because of one reason or another, and I will explain that to you as we go down. The first one I adore. I love it so much, or the first one meaning the 10th one because we're going from 10 to 1. I adore it. I love it. It's amazing. But I haven't used this nearly as much as I've wanted to simply for the fact that it's pretty new to me. I knew I would love it when I got it, and this is the Natasha Denona Mini Retro Palette. This teeny weeny little bitty palette right here. Natasha Denona. This is one of my maybe vegan palettes. It does not list it as vegan on the website, but that is because it has maybe contained carmine, which I assume to mean it doesn't. That's just how I go about my personal vegan deciding on whether or not a product is vegan or not. I don't know. But this is the Natasha Denona Mini Retro Palette. I have not used this nearly as much as I wanted to, but this little palette is stunning. I don't have shades, like at least 3 out of these 5 shades. I don't have anything like it in my collection. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch a few of these for you. I'm gonna be swatching just a few of these, just the shimmers, because shimmers are exciting. So we have 2 of these. We have one normal shimmer, it's pretty, but then we have 2 stunning like shimmers. This shimmer here, let me get a bit more of it. It has a pretty clear base. It's just pure sparkle. It is absolutely beautiful. I am in love with it. It is just stunning, fantabulous, amazing. I wear makeup in most of my YouTube videos. I don't wear makeup all the time in real life, but in most of my YouTube videos I wear it just to look more put together and less dead. The light I have in front of me kind of makes my under eye circles look very big and exciting, so I wear makeup, basically. But this little palette, I remember I was doing a look with these like gray greens. I was editing and I looked at it. I filmed the video a couple days ago, so I didn't remember what I was wearing, and I was like, what eyeshadow is that? That's so pretty. And if I do a double take when looking at my makeup that I put on, you know it's good. So yeah, I adore this little palette. It's so stunning. It's so great. It's so tiny, but it's Natasha Denona and only $25. For Natasha Denona, that's good. And do I want to pick up more of these itty bitty palettes in the future? Probably not. A lot of people these days prefer mini palettes. I personally prefer medium-sized palettes. Palettes that have, you know, 9 to 18 shades. Not 18 necessarily, but like 9 to 15 shades. You know, that's a good amount. It's a nice small amounts, but it gives me options. I don't like to just have to do the same look over and over with an eyeshadow palette. So this is one of my small palettes that I really do enjoy it. It is only at the 10th place because I have not used it nearly as much as I want to. So the next thing, I don't recommend it. Pretend that it is discontinued. And this is my Jeffree Star, what's it called, Bloodlust palette. Okay, I have to admit, I used to buy from Jeffree Star. Even when this came out, I bought it on launch day. I don't buy from Jeffree Star anymore. I personally think he is a disgusting human being. Oh, also, this eyeshadow palette has cat hair all over it because it is an annoying velvet texture. Like, maybe I could handle the velvet. On the ABH palette I have, it's not too bad, but it just gets cat hair all over it. And the shape, oh my goodness, I hate the shape so much. And my little crown is starting to break. Part of it broke off. Like, this palette was like, what, $60? I don't remember how much it was, but it was expensive. Why is it breaking? I only really like the quality of the eyeshadows, and really this palette annoys me so much. That's why it's in 9th place, because while the color story is beautiful, the eyeshadow quality is really good. It's just so annoying to work with. It takes up so much space on my desk. It just, and I don't like Jeffree Star, so it makes me not want to reach for it as often. But I must admit, if you look past like what the brand owner or the brand has done in the past, the quality of these shadows are really amazing. There are two eyeshadows that I really like in this palette, the shade Wet Jewel and the shade Pink Magic. The names in this palette, goodness, are really pretty. This one, wow, that swatch was not impressive. This one doesn't have much of a base to it. This one has more base to it. I'm very bad at swatching, I admit that. I'm trying to get better at it, but it's taken some time. They remind me of these Natasha Denona shimmers, the really high impact ones I was talking about. So I really like this palette. There's some really unique colors in here and it does really add something to my collection, but I am thinking about this packaging. It's awful. I'm thinking about depotting it and maybe just putting it into like a magnetic palette that just taps in things. I'm not very skilled at that, so hopefully I don't break my eyeshadow because I'm not repurchasing this because no thanks to Jeffree Star. This is unfortunately one of my favorites. I still reach for it because I bought it and I don't want to waste it, and it is really good, but I hate to admit that. All of the rest of these, I support these brands and I like these brands. I think there's only one brand that I have two palettes from, which to have two palettes in my favorites, I wonder if you can guess what brand. I have talked highly of them in the past. I talked highly of them in the video I filmed yesterday that's not going up, so I guess I'll have to talk highly of them again so that you understand, because that video, you're not gonna see it. It's buried in the depths of not posted YouTube content. Okay, why do I think I'm funny? I'm not funny. The next palette is the Child palette from ColourPop. So this is number 7. It's number 8. I was wrong. This palette, I used it in a tutorial. It wasn't a tutorial, it was a chatty get ready with me where I talked about my life. This palette is like the green palette I need. It has some neutrals in it, but also has this stunning, the shade The Force. Look at it. Look how pretty it is. Okay, this shade, I can't see it much in my viewfinder, I hope you can see it, is so pretty. It's a super shock shadow and it is just stunning. I'm not going to swatch it on my hand because I'm pretty much out of room, so you can just see it on my finger there. But this is just such a pretty palette. I've not used this one nearly as much as I want to either, just because I'm the kind of person that I don't want to wear makeup every day, and so then my makeup does not get used as much as I would like to. But yeah, this is stunning. The packaging, literally some of the prettiest packaging in this. Well, no, all of this has pretty packaging. I like packaging. I'm drawn to packaging, except for this. What even is this? Ew, boo you. But this packaging is so cute. Why, I'm so weird today. I apologize for my weirdness. This is so pretty. It's so cute. And I'm not, like, I think Baby Yoda is cute, of course, but I don't watch The Mandalorian necessarily. I've watched a few episodes. I need to watch some more, but I'm just so busy. Okay, so this is number 7, and this is the Ace Beauté Flair palette. So this palette I talked about in my all my vegan eyeshadow palettes tutorial. I'm not sure if all of these are vegan. Actually, I think they are because I got them all in 2020 and I was vegan in 2020. I have some favorite eyeshadow palettes that are not vegan, and I just got those before 2020. This is the palette I talked about being comparable, or not comparable, but kind of similar to the Raw Beauty Kristi X ColourPop palette. More expensive, but it's vegan, and I know that's really important to a lot of people, and I know some people don't buy from ColourPop. This palette is stunning, and the thing is, it has tones that I don't usually wear, so I don't wear it as much as some of the other palettes I mentioned, because those palettes have colors that I love. It's got some interesting shades. It's got orange, my least favorite color to wear, which I'm wearing it right now. You do not know how much of a pep talk it took to convince me to put orange on my eyeballs today. I was like, oh, I can just wear yellow. No, I was like, wear orange today. So I wore orange today. It was hard, but everyone's saying it looks amazing on Instagram, so that's something. But I don't think orange and blue look good together, and I have such blue eyes that it's just like orange and blue, and But I did it today, and I'm having good feedback on it, so maybe I'll wear it a little bit more often. Probably not though, because I hate it. But yeah, this palette is stunning. The row I use the most is the bottom row with the greens and the blues. I love wearing green and blue on my eyeballs. It's so pretty. Why did I say eyeballs instead of just eyes? I'm weird. But this is so pretty. It's just such a good palette. I know some people say the Ace Beauté formula is not the best. I have had no problem with the Ace Beauté formula. I haven't found any like dud shades in my palettes, and I've used... Okay, so I ran out of space in my memory card and had to delete some footage, but now I'm back. It just took a couple minutes, so I don't remember what I was talking about. I think I was talking about how I've used every shade in this palette except for maybe the really bright orange. I've used these oranges I forced myself to a while ago. Peter, what are you playing with? But anyway, I forced myself to use these other oranges in the palette before, and they worked well. I just don't like orange on my eyes. But I've used the blues and the like purpley shades up at the top so much. It's such a good palette. Okay, there are 4 shimmers in this palette. The only one I'm not crazy about is the shade Mirage, this one right here. It's just, I don't really like red shimmers, and it's not the most high impact either, but the other shimmers in this palette are really pretty. So yeah, I think I've rambled enough about that palette. The next one, which is 6. This is the first palette from this brand, and this is the Strawberry Dream palette from Lunar Beauty. I love Lunar Beauty. It's easily one of my favorite brands. I want literally every single product from this brand, and I know I will never get it because I'm not gonna get PR from the brand because Manny MUA doesn't know I exist. And for a while I was like iffy about Manny MUA and supporting him, but he recently did a video with Smoky Glow, a YouTuber I really like, and they just talked about stuff, and it really made me like him a lot more as a person. It was a really nice video. I'll link it in the description below, and it made me just want to support his brand so much, and I already knew the quality of the products are absolutely incredible. The packaging is A+++++. And I love his brand. This is the first product I got from him. This is the Strawberry Dream palette. Packaging is literally so pretty. Open up the palette, and this palette is... it's so pretty. These shades, there are a couple really high impact shades of a formula I love, just these two here. They're really, really stunning, and I love all of the shades in this palette. The other normal shimmers are really good too. The mattes are really, really pretty, but the pops of blue work really, really well for me because blue is one of my favorite colors to wear. But I also really like these pink berry tones. This palette is just really amazing, and I definitely recommend it. I don't know how much to say about this, but this brand is one of my favorites. I really want their new release, but I don't have it yet because I didn't order it when it first came out because I had no money at the time. So the next palette is from one of my favorite brands too, and this is Juvia's Place. This is the Magic Mini by Juvia's Place. It doesn't look like I've used this one a lot, but I have. I've used it quite a lot. This is a really, really stunning palette. This purple shade here is just so pretty. Yeah, this palette is really good. The only things I wish are that these bottom two like bluey shades were a little bit deeper because they really don't come off as deep as they look in the pan on the eyes. The thing is, I also wish this shade was like an actual metallic or a matte because it's kind of a satin shade, and satin shades personally aren't my favorite. Yeah, but this palette, I don't know why I bent it all the way back since it doesn't have to have a mirror I have to hide. And I personally, a lot of people are like, mirrors, mirrors, and palettes. I want mirrors and palettes. And I personally don't care if there's not a mirror because I just never use the mirrors in the palettes. I use a mirror in front of me, so yeah, I don't care. And yeah, this palette is really nice quality, and I have 3 Juvia's Place palettes. This one is my favorite. It is the second one I got, actually, and it's so pretty. The second one I have, I actually follow someone on Instagram, and they did a thing of like, if you were a makeup palette, which one would you be? And I said this one. This is the Sugar Pill Fun Size Mini Color Palette. One, there's a cat on the front. If anything has a cat, it's gonna make me want to buy it a million times more. I love cats. And there's a heart-shaped mirror there, trying not to blind you, and it says level up your makeup, and then it's a palette of like bright colors, and I love color. I don't wear it all the time just because it's a lot, but I personally love color. Actually, I do wear it most of the time. I'm not one to do neutrals very often. This shade 8-bit is messed up, unfortunately, because I just messed up Level Up too with my nail. Oh no, this palette has gone through a lot. But 8-bit, I dropped a glob of concealer on it, and so now only like half the shade is usable, so I feel really bad about that because I really liked that shade, and it's easily one of my favorite shades in my collection. I love this video. I've done so many fun looks. I've done a look that looks like a watermelon, one of the only looks where I put like color in my inner corner, which I don't usually do. I did like the pinky shades and then the bright green shade, and I can just remember so many fun looks that I've done with this palette. It's so small, but it's got so much possibility because there aren't a bunch of repeated colors, which I feel like even in 9 pans, sometimes brands put really similar colors next to each other. Also, if they were metallics in here, because I love shimmers. Shimmers are my favorite. I rarely do all matte looks, which I can always reach into a shimmer from another palette, but it would have been great if there was a shimmer or 2 in this palette. Maybe just 1, and then like I would be really happy with it. So my third favorite palette in my collection is the Moonspell palette from Lunar Beauty. This is, like I said, Lunar Beauty is the only one I have from like a brand that has repeated. It's not because I don't love each and every one of these brands, it's just because this is one, well, I don't have 2 palettes from every brand, and this is just truly a favorite palette. So you open it up, like, it's pretty heavy. It's kind of like a book or a diary. There's a lock on here. The packaging is incredible. And then you open it up, and there's this stunning color story. I really, really like this palette. And again, has some of these really pretty sparkly shades, like a blue and a pink, but it's like fancy blue and pink, like with the really bright fuchsia sparkle Phoebe, it has a bunch of blue reflex in it. The first time I put it on, I was like, wow, where's the blue? Where'd the blue come from? And then Prue has some really bright pink reflex in it. And these neutrals are some of the most unique neutrals I have, which I don't reach for this palette for the neutrals necessarily. Actually, my second favorite palette has some of the most unique neutrals too, but I really like the neutrals that are in this palette. They're just kind of special. I really like the shade Sarah. It's just like so unique, and I don't really gravitate towards like matte browns very much. I'm just like, oh, it's a matte brown. It's nice to have in a palette because I use it a lot, but wait, I actually like it and think it's special? You had to work really hard to do that now. So I don't know why I talked for so long about some of these, and okay, I have two more. I don't know why I'm talking so long for some of them and not very long for others. It's just, I do love all of these palettes so much, but I'm just more talkative about some of them, I guess. So this next one is the Pure X Raw Beauty Christie palette. This palette is so stunning. It's double-sided, but it's like 18 pans, and it's so compact. I love it. I wish more brands would do double-sided palettes like this because it's so much smaller than a lot of palettes, but it has 18 shades. So you open it up and it's just got some of the most unique neutrals I've ever seen. You know, it's got a, what's it called? Like a peachy color? I'm missing a word here, but I don't remember. It's got a like mustardy color, it's got like a mauvey color, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty for neutral looks. Like this is what I'm grabbing for all the time because I know I'll do a neutral look, but it's still got a touch of specialness to it just because of these really pretty shades in it. And this gold, it's a really nice gold. It's nice. I don't know what else to say about it. And then the other side is this really bright rainbowy thing, but it's a special rainbow. It's like not a normal rainbow. It's just extra fun. And this shade in the middle is like the perfect white shimmer. You could pair it with literally any color and it's just gonna look so sparkly and magical. And yeah, I wish I had used the colorful side more because it is very colorful. I often pair it with other palettes if I don't know exactly what to do with the colors because I love playing with color, but sometimes it's like a little intimidating for me. The only thing I wish is that it might have had a couple more shimmers, but I understand like not everyone loves shimmers. And then my number one palette is actually a pretty recent palette of mine, but it is just incredible. I get so excited to use it. And this is the Glamlight Ice Cream Dream palette. It's shaky, it shakes. I can't believe it, it's so cool. And then it's got this pastel sky and it's so pretty. And then you open it up. Glamlight's matte formula is incredible, and their shimmer formula is even more incredible, and I love shimmers. This palette is bigger than I usually like, but like it's worth it. It's worth it for it to be big. It's worth it. It's so pretty. It's got so many pretty pastels. It's just incredible. As I get down to these favorites, it's seeming that I don't know how to talk about them, but it's just because I have such love for them. They make me so excited, and when a palette makes me excited like this, you know, it's really good for me to have because makeup just makes me excited. It's a therapy for me. It's just something I love to do, and this palette literally makes me so excited. These shimmers, they're just so stunning. They are just so beautiful. They're just so sparkly, and you don't need a glitter glue or anything to get them to the intensity that I want. Just my finger and then boom. Some of my favorite looks I've ever done I did with this palette. I did a pink and yellow look. I felt like a strawberry banana and it was so pretty. All of these palettes are so amazing. I love them with all my heart except for the Jeffree Star one. I like hate that I love that one so much. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more kitten and makeup related content. I do have a Venmo, PayPal, and Amazon wishlist link in the description below that you can donate to if you'd like to help save my kitties. Thank you so much if you do decide to donate, but no pressure whatsoever. I upload on Sundays and Wednesdays. Hopefully on Sundays it's a cat video and on Wednesdays it's a makeup video like I mentioned earlier. Also, please leave any thoughts or questions you have down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching again, and goodbye!